Welcome you students. I come up with a question from projections of solid. A hexagonal pyramid, side of base 25 mm and axis 50 mm long, rests with one of the edges of its base on HP and its axis is inclined at 30 degree to HP and parallel to VP. Draw its projections. So for this we are going to make the final front view and final top view. Okay, take the given data. What is the object given? The object given is a hexagonal pyramid. What about the base side and height? Base side which is given 25 mm, and what about the height of the axis which is 50 mm, right? Rest with one of its edge of its base, okay, resting with base edge on where HP, on HP. Inclination, axis, inclination, what is happening? Inclined at 30 degree to HP. So these are the things given in the questions. Okay, so we know it's inclined to HP, so definitely we cannot get the things in a single step. So we have to go with a two stage. That means with the help of the change in position method. First one is a simple position, and the second one it's a axis inclination or special kind of conditions. Okay, so in order to get the things, I'm going to draw the HY line. Okay, so above the HY it's a VP and below the HY it's a HP as per the first angle projections. So it's a hexagonal pyramid. So hexagonal pyramid concerns it has one base and apex. This is the apex or vertex, this point. All the triangular face joining at a point, it is called as what, apex or vertex. Okay, fine. So here it is resting with the base edge and axis is making 30 degree to HP. So if I consider this is a horizontal plane and this is a vertical plane, I can say the object is being placed something like this. The axis is making what, 30 degree, something like this. So this is the exact position. So what we have to do is, in the simple position we have to take the assumption as just perpendicular to what, horizontal plane. Since it is inclined to HP, we are going to take perpendicular to HP. Okay, because when it is inclined we cannot see the true shape at the front view and top view. So when it is kept like this, from the top view you could able to see the true shape of the hexagonal pyramid, and in the front view we could able to see the what, triangular faces. Okay, fine. So in the top view we can see the true shape. Since it is kept perpendicular to HP, in the HP plane, in the top view you're going to see the true shape hexagon. And when we are keeping the hexagon, we have to keep it in your mind, because two positions can be possible. It can be either rest with the corner, or it can be either rest with what, edge, right? So always the condition should be kept right side of the right side. So this first position condition concern, this is a right and this is a left, and here it is a left and here it is a right. So here the edge is being kept, edge. If it is edge, which condition is the right one? Yes, here in the first case edge is kept at the right side, so this is the condition right. So here see, the corner, one of the corner of the base is kept at the right side, so it is wrong for this condition. When it is right, if the base corner is resting on HP, we can take this second condition. Now we have to follow the first condition, right? So with this same measurement 25, I am going to take the hexagon. Since it is placed like this, I am going to take a vertical line with a 25 mm first, and then take your compass and measure 25 mm, and from the ends just go for a cut mark. From this end just go for a cut mark to identify the center, right? Then by keeping the center, the intersection point, go for a circle so that you will able to get the circle something like this. Get the circle like this manner, okay, like this manner. So when you cut from this end on the where this circle, you will get the intersection point. From this end have a cut mark, you will get an intersection point, and from this have a cut mark, you will get an intersection point. From this have a cut mark, you will get the intersection points. So if you connect it, you will get the hexagon. Okay, you will get the hexagon. So you go with the circular method so that you will get the exact shape when you are with the Paka measurement, right? So this is how you have to make. So I am drawing the rough manner in order to get the neat diagram on the board. Okay, so this is how the position of the hexagon will be. Okay, so here when you are drawing, you will get the center. Fine. So this is the pyramid. This is a pyramid. It has only one base and apex and vertex is this point. Am I right? Only one base. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to name this as A, B, C, D, E and F. So this is A, B, C, D, E and this is F. Important thing, it is just differ from the prism. It's a pyramid. When you are looking from the top, you could able to see the true shape, and as well all the slant edges of the hexagonal pyramid is visible. When you are looking from the top orthogonal to it, the true shape will be visible. Along with that, the special case is in the pyramid is all the slant edges will be visible, but not in the prism and cylinder. Okay, so here what I'm going to do is, in order to show the slant edge, I'm going to name this as O. This is for apex. This apex I taken as O, and then connect all the slant edges D to F, D to O, F to O, A to O and B to O, right? Something like this. All the edges are visible from O to A, O to B, O to C, something like that. You have to connect all the slant edges. Now the top view got over, try to mark the front view. So for that, take the projectors. It's a pyramid, so up to the level of the HY line, first you take it. And here is the axis line coming, because always the height of the object will be defined using the axis. So extend the axis line, which is coming here in the O, right? So it comes like this. And what about the height, which is given 50? So take it in your compass and have a cut mark. So approximately I am assuming this is my cut mark 50. Okay. So now when you are looking the object from the front, okay, always the boundary will be a visible one. So without any confusion, this is O. You just connect with the base ends and form the boundary like this. Okay. So when you are looking from the front, A to O is a visible one, B to O is a visible, C to O is a visible, A to A is here, A dash to O is a visible, B dash to O is a visible and C dash to O is a visible. O to B is a visible edge, O to B is a visible edge from the front. So what we have to do is, we have to make as a dark line. It's not an axis line, it's a dark line, because the preference of the line goes like this. It's a dark line, okay, and then dashed line, okay, then chain line. The preference will goes like this. Dark line is the first preference, dashed line is the second preference. If it is the chain line, it's a third preference. Okay, if you are having visible edge, you have to make a dark line. Okay, if you are having chain line and dashed line, you have to give the preference to dashed line. If it is just simply alone, we can make the chain line. So here I have made as a dark line. What happens to F, E and D corners? F, E and D corners. These are invisible from the front. Invisible from the front. It is just lying nearby F because it is behind the A. I just marked it nearby A. And E is just behind B, so I am marking nearby B. And this D is behind where? C, just marking behind what? C. So nearby C, I have opened the bracket and noted as D. So let me move to the second stage. Now we have completed this simple position for the hexagonal pyramid when it is being kept perpendicular to axis, kept perpendicular to HP. Okay, this is the top view and this is the front view. Now we are going to make the axis inclination 30 degree to HP. Axis inclination. So in order to tilt the axis, here we have to consider, what you have to consider is, here comes the axis will pass on. From the O, the axis will be passing on. Okay. So, but see the sides, the slant edges, which is not parallel with what this axis line. It is just lying behind B and O. The axis is there. Okay, but it is not visible. See, these two edges not at all making parallel. So what we can do is, in order to tilt the object, we are going to make a thing. That means we are going to consider an imaginary line at the point C. Now see, the imaginary line is making just 90 degree with base of the pyramid. Let it be. So first what we have to do is, by keeping a point on the HY line, measure 30 degree in your protractor and go for a inclined line. Okay, this inclined line is nothing but the imaginary line which I have considered at C. Okay, this is the imaginary line which I have considered at C. And then I said the base is just making 90 degree with the imaginary line. So with the knowledge I have the inclined line. Now I just going to draw a 90 degree line, something like this, so that I will get the baseline. Okay, so this is the baseline. We going to keep C and D edge, one of the edge C and D which is at the right, going to rest on the HP when it is tilted. Okay, so I going to take this as C1 dash and D1 dash, and then just we are reproducing in an inclined manner. So what we can do is just take the measurement C to A. What is the measurement? Go and have the cut mark. This is the end of F1 dash and A1 dash. Okay, A1 dash, and then take the measurement C to E, cut mark. So this becomes E1 dash and B1 dash. What is next is, if you find the apex, we can close the things, right? So it is easy, it's a triangle. From the A to O, measure it, and keeping at A, have a cut mark. From C to O, have the measurement, keeping at C, have a cut mark. So now we shall get the same replica of the image which I found in the simple position of front view. You can get it in the tilted manner. Okay, the same image. So without confusion, what are the things we have make as a dark one? Make as a dark. So these are the things we have done as a dark one. Say apex O dash. O dash. Here is O dash. Here it is O1 dash. It's at another stage, right? So make as a O1 dash. So this is with 30. This is with 30. Fine. What is next? The final top view. It is easy. From this, you can drop down the projectors. From here as well, take the projectors. Previous stage, get the horizontal projectors like this. It moves like this manner when you are taking it. Okay. Remove all the excess of line. Okay. Now it's time to do the mapping works. So here is the A. And here is the A, so this would become A1. Here is the B1, and here is the C1. If you look the intersection point, here is the D1 and here is the E1. Check whether it is right, and here it is F, so this would be F1. And apex O, for that also we have to take the projector. It's important one. So take the projectors where it is intersecting with the vertical lines. Here it is, right? So this becomes O1. Okay, so the same procedure we have to follow here. Okay, so as far as this pyramid concerned, checklist, we have only one base. So base connection is A to B, B to C, C to D, D to E, and E to F, and F to A. There is a connection. Okay, and we have the longer edges. That means A to O, B to O, C to O, F to O, then E to O, then D to O. A to O, B to O, C to O, then D to O, E to O, and F to O is a long edge connection. Okay, so first step, we know always the boundary should be closed. It is kept something like this. Anyhow, when you are taking the observation from the top, the boundary of the object will be what? Visible, right? So what I am going to do is the extreme edges I am going to connect as a dark one. E to O, then O to B, then B to A to F, and F to, this is the boundary. You have to connect the extreme points. So you will get like this. Now you concentrate on the base. Okay, since it is inclined, definitely the base will be partially visible, partially invisible, right? So when you are looking from the top, I can say I have taken A, B, C, D, E, and F. Definitely this C to O and this D to O will be invisible when you are looking from the top, since it is lying behind the the triangular face which is at the top, which is lying behind, right? So the edge C to O and D to O will be invisible. So we have to capture this edge C to O and C to D as a invisible one when you come to the longer edge. Okay, so C to O is a dot line and D to O is a dot line. What about the base edge? Same A, and this I have given as B. So when you are looking from the top, B to C and C to D and C to E will be invisible, right? So already the things A to B is connected as a dark one. We found that B to C is invisible when you are looking from the top. So we have to make as a dot line, and then C to D, it is a dot line, and D to E, which is a dot line. These are the portions which are lying behind from our eyesight. Okay, if you see, compare with the axis, the portion lying below the axis line, which will be the invisible line. Okay, right. So we got the things. So rest of the things we have connected in the boundaries. Okay, and two more edges are need to connect. That means A to O and F to O, right? What about the longer edge A to O and F to O? A to O and F to O. When you are looking from the top, it is visible, right? A to O and F to O. So we can make as a dot line, A to O and F to O. Okay, check whether we have connected all the lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 longer edges that we have done. Okay, base 6 edges are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All the things we have connected one to another, right? What are the things are visible and what are the things are invisible? We have predicted. So at last we have to show the measurement. So here the base side is with 25 mm, that should be captured. So I have taken the line something like this and I have noted 25. Okay, and then what about the height of the object, which is 50? So for that, from the apex I have drawn the parallel lines with respect to XY line and just make the parallel line with respect to axis and write above the line as 50. Okay, and then inclination. So I have shown here, but the thing is it is given for the axis. Axis is here, okay, which is behind the visible edge. So by extending the line from the point of B, by making like this, I'm going to write the 30 degree. Okay, so everything I have completed, and then how to note all dimensions are in mm. So write all dimensions or in mm. Okay, I hope you understood. Thank you so much.